In today's video, I'm going to breathe some new life into this old HP laptop by replacing Windows with Linux. So by switching to Linux, I don't have to worry about Microsoft collecting my data or those random Windows updates that always seem to show up at the worst possible time. So this is an HP DV7 laptop. It's a laptop that was released back in 2012, and to put that into perspective, the very first Avengers movie was playing in theaters at that time. When HP marketed this laptop, it marketed it as a desktop replacement. While it's technically portable, it's definitely not what I'd call lightweight. This model tips the scale at around 6 pounds. Inside, it's powered by an Intel Core i7-3630 MQ processor. So this has 4 cores and 8 threads, and it's got 12 gigs of RAM. Now, right now it's running Windows 11, but today I'm going to install Linux Mint, one of the most popular Linux distros available. I'm curious to see how well it performs on a 14-year-old hardware like this. For everyday tasks like checking email, browsing the web, watching YouTube, and streaming video, I think the laptop still has plenty of life left. This also has a 1080p display, and honestly, it still looks surprisingly good, even by today's standards. Now, before installing Linux, let's compare the size to a couple of other more modern laptops so you can really appreciate just how massive this thing is. All right, first, here's the HP DV7 next to my ThinkPad T480, which really isn't modern anymore. It's actually from 2018. The ThinkPad has a 14-inch display, which looks tiny compared to the DV7, which has a 17-inch display and large bezels. And now, here's the DV7 next to my MacBook Neo, which is actually, less than a year old, and it has a 13-inch screen. All right, so let's get Linux Mint installed on this ancient laptop. So what I need to do is flash the Linux Mint ISO to a USB drive. So I'm going to head over to the Linux Mint website, and you'll see that there are a few different versions of Linux Mint. You got Cinnamon, XFCE, and Mate. I'm going to go ahead and download Cinnamon. It's the most popular version. And even though this laptop is old, it should be able to handle Cinnamon. And if you have a really old laptop, you got really old hardware, that's when you use XFCE or Mate, which is really, really lightweight. All right, so let's download the ISO for Cinnamon. There are easy to follow instructions on the website, but it's pretty straightforward. You want to download the ISO, flash it to a USB drive using Balena Etcher or Rufus, then plug that USB drive into the laptop or PC you want to install it on, and boot from that USB drive. And now that I have the ISO downloaded, I'm going to open up Balena Etcher, and you're just going to choose the ISO file. So there it is right there. You're going to select target. I inserted a USB flash drive into my laptop. So there it is, that SanDisk USB device. So I'm going to hit select. Just make sure you are choosing the right drive to install or flash the ISO file to. And then I'm just going to hit flash. And it's going to take a few minutes. So I'm just going to let this do its thing. And now I'm just going to speed this up a little bit. And you'll see on the bottom right, it says flash completed. So I'm good to go. Now I have the USB flash drive inserted into the HP DV7. And when booting up, I'm just going to hit the key to get into the boot manager, look up the USB drive, and then I'm going to choose that. I'm going to boot into the USB drive. That's that SanDisk drive right there. And here you'll see a few options. I'm going to choose the one that says Start Linux Mint. I'm going to speed this part up too. So this takes 90 seconds to get into the desktop. Now, at this point, Linux Mint is just running from the USB flash drive. So you can test it out if you want and make sure everything works. And you'll see on the top left, you'll see an icon that says Install Linux Mint. And that will install Linux Mint on your computer's main hard drive once you click that on. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. Then you're going to do the initial setup process, like setting up a username and password. And then at one point, it's going to ask you if you want to install Linux Mint alongside Windows. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to fully erase the hard drive and install Linux Mint on the drive without any partitions or anything. It's just going to be a full install of Linux Mint, and I'm going to erase Windows completely. And the installation could take a while, so just let it do its thing and just give it a few minutes. Now we are good to go. I'm just going to put my password in here. And hopefully, yep, we're good. Little welcome screen there. We could just click through that. Mint is designed to be very familiar to Windows users. If you go to the bottom here, the bottom left, we can check out all our applications. Let's go to System Settings and check out System Information. All right, let's go. Yep, there's System Information. Let's click that. And there you see we have our 3rd gen i7, our 12 gigs of RAM, our hard drive, Linux Mint 22.3. Now let's check out System Monitor. We can use this to track our CPU and RAM usage, as well as monitor, our disk speed and the networked activity. If you want to create Word documents, you got LibreOffice right here, or you want to do presentations, you could do it right here with LibreOffice. Very easy. It's pretty simple. And for web browsing, it comes pre-installed with Firefox, but you can install, Google Chrome if you want. I'll probably end up doing that, but it comes pre-installed with Firefox. So let's open up a web page. We're going to check out the Mets website here. Mets are having a really, really bad season. And yeah, loads up pretty quickly. Always a lot of stuff going on with the Mets webpage, or really any sports team webpage. It always has a lot of stuff to load up. All right, now let's try to play a video on YouTube. Playback looks pretty good. Let's bring this up to 1080p, or make sure we are on 1080p HD. All right, there we go. And then I am going to show stats for nerds. And I don't see, but 0 frames dropped. It's pretty good. Not too bad at all. Let's bring this up to full screen. And yes, still no dropped frames. And looks really good. All right, I've only tested it for a short time, but Linux Mint is working very nicely on this old laptop. And to me, this is what makes Linux so great. It brings new life into an old laptop like this. If you use Linux, let me know what distro you use in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Thanks for watching.